What are you talking about? I am Sergeant Sage. Totally, completely.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Totally
Bro,
and
okay,
completely.
so like, how long has it been since we sat down here and done this? A week?
Last Saturday.
week?
Bro, it
So
does
a
not
little
feel
more
like
than
a
a
week. I want you to know that. I want you to know
Did
it
you,
does not feel like a week.
did you see that other topic that I popped up?
All right, what's your last minute topic at? Oh, Jesus Christ. What is EA doing now? Oh, that. Yes. Yeah,
that
we
seems
can talk
important to
about that
about.
because I think that is funny as hell. And that's totally going to tie into the fact that we're Vboomer as hell. Jeez, is this where we're supposed to do the intro? Anyway, hi, how's it going? We're the Vboomer Cast, a podcast created by Vtubers in their 30s. God, if I could talk, it's early in the morning on a Sunday. We're sober, surprisingly. What's a V-Boomer, you might ask? Well, all these young little VTubers seem to think that 30 is ancient for VTubing. So we took the word VTuber, we took the word boomer, and we smashed them together with a lot of 90s effects and, like, sparks. That's where all
There
of our
was
budget
Furbies
went to.
involved.
Yeah.
For budget, yeah.
It was Furby magic.
Yeah. So,
oh God, Furbies.
we talk about games, our interests, the things that haunt us from the 90s, and whatever the hell's happening on social media. All right. On the opposite side of the table, the cutie over there is Kirari Mochizuki. She's an Abyssal Sea Princess. Well, in the middle, we got the veteran himself, the old man of the group, Sergeant Sage.
I'm the old man of the group. I'm almost 40. Jeez, God.
I know.
Dang. Oof.
I know. And I am Shades for Shades, Golden Retriever, variety streamer.
He's a good boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He's a good boy. Until I've got to break out the spray.
Yeah.
Hey. Did you say that your model artist was finally fixing that, by the way?
Yeah.
I
So
think.
she hasn't sent me the stuff. She just had her re-debut yesterday.
Nice.
So I'm kind of letting that settle in and stuff before I
Yeah,
have her
bug her,
finish
yeah.
doing the work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let her ride the high.
Oh,
It's
I get
great.
you, I
Her
get you.
model looks
Mhm.
amazing. So part of the project for the re-debut was a lot of us mods, because I'm also a mod for Marky Joy. It's a little plug there.
Yeah.
You can find her on Twitch. She likes to stream there. My artist, she had all of her mods go ahead and make slideshows for a game show that she was going to host on her debut, where she had actually a bunch of streamers come in and be on the game show. It was really fun. And
Alright.
it was a I think we have like 30 different slideshow topics
Oh,
for the
dang.
game show. And
Yeah.
so they were all randomly chosen, like with rolls of dice and stuff like that.
Oh my
And
god, pure RNG.
we we did, and I swear it's got to be the luck of the Irish, because we did the one round, which was seven
Alright.
games, and 2 of my topics were picked in the random rolls: video game
Hey.
mascots and planetoids.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, bet.
That
was
sounds fun
great.
as heck.
Bro, speaking of video games, Kirari, remember how I was like, bro, they totally had video games at McDonald's back in the day? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember
What
that?
the fuck's up with that?
So, there you go. I linked you a little post right there. It's a photograph from, like, I think the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, they just...
Fuck.
America just had, like, this little kiosk with these little crappy, like, tube TVs and an N64 somewhere in there, and they just gave you a little stool, and they were like, go share. I
Yeah.
kid you not.
Oh, it was fun
God.
times though. I mean, that's how I got to try new games.
I
Like,
guarantee
like,
you there wasn't a
honestly.
single game in that. They were probably all demos. They had to have been demos.
Oh yeah, no, they were all demos, of course. That you think they're gonna shell out for the full game? You're
I
gonna
doubt it.
have that one neighborhood kid that's gonna come into the Burger King or McDonald's like it's an arcade, and like
Bro,
literally they'll be like, excuse me, yeah, I have a save file and I need to make sure that I beat this Ocarina of Time, because yes, and he sits there and like. They have one of the people come over and be like, sir, would you like more hamburgers? Yes, get me more hamburgers.
Yes, Peterson, more burgers, please. And some fry
Hey.
sauce.
But no, I was one of those guys that would sit there and play it because I had nothing better to
I
do.
never was allowed.
I have never seen this in the Netherlands. I call bullshit.
Right? These went away in like the mid 2000s. Like 2005 was like the last time I think I ever saw one in the wild.
Yeah, I think it's because people were breaking them, or like
Yeah.
it just led to like theft opportunities and things like
Bro,
that.
right?
It just became a
Yeah.
liability. Can you imagine little kids that aren't used to sharing having to try to
Oh
share
my
this
Oh
thing?
my god.
Like, it would just start fights. I can
What we
picture
had
it.
here in the UK a few years ago anyway. Like I don't know if they still do it. I haven't seen it in a while where they
Alright.
put like tablets in like secured like
Okay. Yeah.
stands and whatnot. But like a few years ago they just also took all the tablets out. So because people
Gee.
kept breaking them and everything.
Oh yeah. Because if it's not yours, they don't care. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Like I don't care if I break it. It's not mine. I didn't pay
Mm.
for it.
Bro, right?
It's
What
the respective
hell
property.
happened? What happened? Cause like there's a lot of that with these younger little shits where they're just like, oh, this isn't mine. I don't care what happens to it. I'm like, bro, just take care of your stuff.
Mm.
As
stop
a
going to the gym.
father of a teenager, I can
Yeah.
tell you that kids these days, there's a lot of when we were growing up, the discipline was different.
Mm.
Oh my
A lot of people
God.
didn't see it as a negative thing. They saw it as a positive reinforcement thing that you would do, and like positive reinforcement, not as in necessarily like, oh, it's you're being nice, so you're positively reinforcing, but it was not considered abusing your child to smack them on the
just be
butt
like,
because they
Yeah.
did something stupid. You know,
Yeah.
hey, if you know your butt hurts getting spanked because you did something that was stupid, you're not going to do that stupid thing again because you
Mm.
know
Right.
your butt's going to get spanked.
Yeah.
You can't even do that to kids these days because even kids these days are calling CPS on their parents, and like it's
Jesus
crazy, a
Christ.
crazy time. It's because they all have access to the internet and they are able to
Yeah.
look up this stuff and be like, hey, what are my parents allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do? And now parents are afraid to discipline their kids.
Nah,
Mm.
man.
Yeah.
I straight up. Like, here's what I would do: psychological mind game warfare. Like, oh, you got a Minecraft save? That's great. You know what I'm gonna do before you get home? I'm gonna put pressure plates all around your base, and I'm gonna put TNT under all of it, and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's so weird, son, or daughter. That's so weird. I don't know how that got there. Anyway, it looks like your Minecraft world's destroyed now. That's a shame. Anyway, you want to do that
Oh.
homework that we talked about now?
Oof.
You don't even have to put pressure
That's
plates.
brutal.
You basically do a what is that red dust?
Oh, the
stuff?
redstone repeater to
Redstone?
where it's
Redstone.
like a timer.
You do a redstone to where it's a
Sir.
timer, and you have it connected to their door, so that when they log in and they open their door, it starts the timer, and they're either inside their house getting stuff, or they had just left to go mine, and when they come back, it's blown up, or they get blown up with it.
Or,
Or you
okay,
can do the
like,
skulk now.
No pressure
The
plates.
skulk.
oh my
Oh, yeah.
God, just skulk
Can
their
you-
base.
Yeah.
The warden just like appears inside their house and just starts destroying everything.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness!
Look, I suggested just straight up, oh, look, you logged in before your homework was done. This happened. These two
Okay.
fucking psychopaths over here are just like, ah, yes,
So-
let's never get
so-
them to play games again.
Here's the conundrum. Here is the conundrum.
Okay.
Say that you set this all up, and that day they happened to come home and they were in their best behavior and they did their homework, but you didn't catch them hop on Minecraft in time and their stuff blew up anyways.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
you didn't.
Would
do
you
your homework
feel
yesterday.
bad?
No, you didn't listen to me yesterday.
Just
It's like your actions have
before-
consequences.
Before anything, I would just make a backup.
Yeah. Make
Bro,
a backup
yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like even if they were like little shit, then just be like, oh yeah, no, it's all gone now. And then like
Yeah.
after they've done the thing, like, ha, just kidding, here's your backup.
Oh, we lost her.
Right? What?
Lost her for a second.
Oh, shit, did we?
Oh, well, audio cut out on my end for her for like a few seconds, but that could be just me.
Oh, don't tell me your ISP's doing shit. We need this third episode. Chat,
I'm
moving
I don't
next week.
think I've any. I don't think I've got any issues.
No, you're fine. It was probably me.
I am moving next week, which means we are pre-planning and pre-logging and pre-dropping all of everything.
Free everything.
Free everything.
Yeah. All right. So, while we're talking about, God, Minecraft.
Yeah. Yep.
Minecraft.
I'm trying to figure out how to tie this into games, and I just can't do it other than to just scream. They put Pekora in Death Stranding too.
Oh, yeah. That's news.
They dropped
Did
that
they
this
ever
week.
figure out? Did they ever figure out or say why they put her in Death Stranding?
Kojima
2?
really likes Pekora. That's the only reason.
Oh,
He's
the
a big
only
fan.
reason.
Valid.
Now here's the real question: is it just going to be some sort of like Easter egg background thing, or is it like a full-on character that is involved in the game?
I think it's just like you go. So the promotional material I saw was you had Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus leaving a bunker, and
That makes me laugh every single time.
I know, right?
I'm not gonna lie.
Jacksepticeye was great when he made that joke.
Oh, yeah.
So you have them leaving a bunker, and then he hears like this anime cutesy voice say goodbye. He turns around and it's just Pekora, and like you can make Norman Reedus wave, and she'll bow and like say like some words, and then it just faded to black. I'm like, wow, they put Pekora in a video game. They put my VTubers on to soda.
I
That's
never
great.
played the first Death Stranding game. Do you have like a base that you can go back to and like upgrade your guy and stuff like that? Is it like a base, like, and then you go off and you do the missions or whatever and follow the story?
Kirari, have you played it?
No.
Because if that's the case, okay, this is how old we are. We haven't played the Kojima game.
we haven't played a Kojima game. Like, oh no.
But if that's the case, maybe that preview right there is she's like the base AI.
No, I literally think she was
you don't
like.
think so?
I think it was an add-on for just a certain location. This looked like a very much like not an important place.
Yeah, but what if that location is someplace you could always go back to, and there's like
I mean,
different things you can interact with them.
Maybe.
You know, maybe.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, that seems interesting.
Yeah.
It just
Cool.
seems like kind of a waste to have them in there for 5
Yeah.
seconds as like a nod. If you're that interested in that person, like,
Bro.
well, at the same time, I guess it depends on how much money they want to pay for the use of the likeness and
Because
Yeah.
she's a HoloLens
Interactivity.
member, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be a
HoloJP.
contract in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. It just reminds me of like, because like you said, like it's kind of weird to just have someone in there just like for like a few
because.
seconds,
Yeah.
just
Right.
because. But like I also remember like in Cyberpunk they put CohhCarnage as like an NPC on the
Did they?
street.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Say
I don't know.
CohhCarnage is like an NPC. He voices him and everything. He's like some kind of like
all right.
I don't even know
end
who
of
that
the
is,
world
and I played the game. I never played the tabletop, but I did play the game and I beat it, and I don't ever remember that character. So it must have not been memorable for people that don't know who he is.
Yeah.
No,
you can
he
literally
was
just
the
walk
crazy
past
guy
him.
outside of oh my god, what was the first clinic you go to with the Ripper Doc? He was the crazy guy outside of Victor's clinic? Really?
Oh, is that the religious guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember him then. Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
talked to him a few times, and he does have a mission for you, I think, as well.
That's
If you talk
CohhCarnage.
to him, enough times. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. I had to clear the cobwebs out of my my
Fair.
boomer brain. Yeah.
I never played the game. I just know because I watched him I used to watch him a lot. Like not so much
Ah.
anymore now because he doesn't play any games nowadays that I like really
What?
watch.
You
but-
don't like what games does he play? All right, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm in the same boat. All right.
I mean, last time I watched him, he played the new Dragon Age. So
Fair.
yeah.
Dragon Age. There's history issues there with me.
There's deep-seated anger issues there. We're gonna move on. Comment
Yeah.
section. Before we move on, though, we're 14 minutes in. We forgot to do our spot in the first freaking 5 minutes. Here's the deal. Do you want to support the V-Boomers? Do you want to make us a household name? Do you just want to tell your friends about these cringy old fucks on the internet? God, this is a really bad, like, support us bit. But, like, hey, so leave a comment, leave a like, share the video, tell your friends, maybe tell your family if you're not ashamed of old VTubers that you know being a little weird on the internet. Because this is episode 10, by the way. Holy frick, we've done 10 episodes of this crap.
But Shades, we can still be old in kawaii desu.
Kawaii desu.
Kawaii desu.
Don't you mean that kawa desu?
Kawadesu.
Yeah. No,
Kawasaki.
we're that Kawasaki desu. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just sat here like kawaii desu.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. So anyway, yeah, we're a little late on our plug, but like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you want to hear about it, just how'd you like the video, all that good stuff for social media, because we want the podcast to be #1, so we can have Zentreya on our podcast, because she started a rival podcast. It's not a rival podcast at all. You're in a bit, chat. You're in a bit. Okay, moving on.
That's the other thing too. Is I'm going to touch back on the comments thing. If you comment on a topic that you would like us to discuss, I will actually do my research on that topic. Like honestly, like we just randomly pick these things out of the air and decide to talk about them. But if you seriously want to hear our opinions on a topic, I will do research and I will have opinions. Like we appreciate any input that you guys would like to include, and it would also. Why are you shaking your head? No.
No, I'm shaking. I'm doing the excited dance. I got a thing to add.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
He's got to pee. He's got to pee, chat.
No, I did that for a second.
Dance. And I don't know if Shades is interested in doing this, but we can give you an honorable mention on the podcast for the topic that you brought up.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little shout out.
Speaking about that, I know my boy Unstable, and my Twitter comments was like, "Hey, can you talk about how fast food places used to have consoles in them?"
Yeah.
So
there you go. There's the first shout out.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Oh god,
we're gonna
get like thousands of these in the future. We probably shouldn't make this like a real big thing, but I'm gonna highlight it now because
I mean I've seen people on YouTube, they at the end of their things, they're just like, I would like to give my thanks to the, and you just have like a list of people who have either donated or contributed or you know brought up interesting things. So I mean, we can always eventually incorporate that, but for now you get called out right on the podcast.
Yeah, because we've got a whole 30 of you. Oh my god,
well, that's another big thing. Like we've already hit 30 and we're only on episode 10.
Right?
I actually for not having a YouTube channel ever in my life, like that's amazing for me.
For like most of us being like part-time streamer, well, we're all part-time streamers here. For being various degrees of part-time streamers, I didn't think we'd hit 30 in our first month.
Part-time streamers with full-time lives.
God, yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Which is going to be a lot more interesting come August. And you like, Shades, why is that? Did you see that they've shown the new King of the Hill stuff? They've shown the new King of the Hill intro? No one here likes King of the Hill except me, do they?
I do.
I've never seen
Dale's my favorite because he's just like the conspiracy nut that doesn't realize his wife's cheating on him, and it's hilarious.
God, right? It's hilarious and sad.
It is hilarious and sad.
So, fun fact. They actually replaced the voice actor for Dale as what was his name? I don't even remember what his name was. Started with a D. Who played Dale Gribble?
I have no idea.
Unless you're going to ask me about Japanese voice actors, I will not know.
Okay, so his name was Johnny Hardwick.
Johnny Hardwick. Gotcha.
Yeah. He passed from, I believe it was cancer. Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
no, 2023.
Not to downplay the death to cancer, but I mean it kind of fits the character because he was a chain smoker. As the cartoon character was a chain smoker.
They didn't kill Dale's character.
No, they didn't. I think they've
recast.
I think they've even said that Dale's character is going to be running for some sort of office, or they've hinted at it with some of the little things, like the sign in the yard. I'm really interested to see how Boomhauer aged.
Same.
Kirari, Boomhauer was like a very fast-talking, mumbly redneck character that was funny, and like you'd catch bits and words here that were actual words.
Okay, so
I see.
So a comparable thing is Scouse.
Scouse?
If you're trying to understand someone who just speaks in Scouse,
I have no idea what that is.
What's a Scouse?
Yeah,
you know
what's
what?
Scouse? You're from the South. We're not. Tell
Yes,
us.
but it's a dialect in the England lands.
Is it?
From like the northeastern parts of the England.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not a geographer. I'm not a linguistic
isn't Kirari
geographer.
originally from the Netherlands, so she probably wouldn't have encountered that?
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, you can't just like throw that out there and expect her to know.
I've lived in two places in the UK.
Hey. I'm not a linguistic geographer. I don't know shit.
Also, when I Google Scouse, I get food.
You know
Is
what?
it a food? I need to Google this. I'm interested.
It looks nice. It looks like a stew.
I hate it here.
Ouch.
So anyway.
Oh, I apparently spelled scouse correct. Scouse is a term with two main meanings: a traditional British stew from Liverpool, and an accent associated with Liverpool.
Yes,
I've never been there.
MERSUY side. I don't know how to pronounce that. Also known as Liverpool English.
I've never
A
been
Scouser can refer to a person from Liverpool. And the Scouse the food, because we're looking it up, and it does look delicious, by the way. A Scouse the food is a hearty stew often made with beef or lamb, potatoes, and root vegetables like carrots, onions, and turnips, like a beef stew. It originates from the sailor's stew called lobscouse, which was popular in port cities like Liverpool, and connected back to Liverpool. Many have their own variations of the recipe, making it a Liverpool staple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Very hard English to understand for me.
I mean, isn't all English hard to understand because it's all made up words?
Bro, yes.
We're not talking about English as in like the UK English, just English as a language.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. No, you were kind of looking at me funny there, Kirari, and I was just like, look, I need to clarify. I'm not calling out the UK.
And then just suddenly the podcast
even
didn't have another episode.
Yeah. Even in America, like there's some words that are just ridiculous.
One thing that just makes me laugh is like the way stuff is like spelled differently between like the US and the UK.
Like color and color.
Yeah, color and color. Like we put U's in everything, but like also judgment is spelled differently apparently.
Really?
And I learned that literally just the other day because I was reading something and it had like the American spelling of judgment, and I was like, they misspelled that.
Okay, so I'm going to spell how I remember to spell judgment, and you tell me what the difference is. So JUDGEMENT.
Yeah, so that is like the spelling that I know, but like there is a spelling that's supposedly the American spelling that gets rid of the E in judge.
No.
Wait, so JUDGMENT?
Yeah.
No,
I've never seen it spelled that way. I live in America.
Yeah,
and I looked it up, and supposedly it's like I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Either way, it's stupid.
Like I said, English is it's on all made up words. Like
it's
the Webster Dictionary adds words like every other year that are just slang.
In American English, judgment is the standard spelling. Here, I'll copy paste it because like it obviously makes no sense.
Man, this is the Cambridge Dictionary, and last time I checked, Cambridge was in Britain. Male.
Yeah, I'm not freaking native either. Listen.
Wait, so I spell it the UK way.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Bro, I don't even know anymore. This makes my damn brain hurt. Oh God.
English is dumb, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Still better than Dutch though.
All right, bet.
I
Oh
will
my
never come to
God.
Dutch's defense. I had to talk Dutch yesterday and it was freaking awful.
To your parents.
To my parents, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
My mom doesn't speak any
No.
English.
Oh, okay. But
Oh,
your dad
yeah.
does, right?
My dad does, thankfully. My
Oh.
my mom tries.
How good is his English? I'm just curious.
My dad's English is essentially native level.
Oh, okay, so
But
yeah.
my
Okay.
mom struggles.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, language is not for everybody. There's some people
No, it
that can
definitely
just pick
isn't.
them up right away, and there's other people that
Bro, right?
they know certain words, but that's the best they can do, which is
Yeah.
fine. Like, I mean, you do what you can. I will say that that I have noticed because I've traveled outside the U.S. Other cultures appreciate it. You're just attempting to speak their language.
Yeah.
Like they it's a sign of respect that you're trying to accommodate them, and in most cases they will then accommodate you knowing that
Yeah.
you don't speak enough of the language. Whereas if you
Like-
just show up and you just start, yeah, I'm from America, you need to speak
America.
English.
Yeah, you need to speak that
need to speak
English right, I tell
American.
you.
Yeah, because like I noticed that a lot, like in the Netherlands, for example. Like I think I've talked about this before. Like my best friend, she lives in the Netherlands, but she is English. But like whenever
Alright.
she wants to like practice Dutch in the Netherlands, people very easily pick up that she's not Dutch. So they'll just be like, okay, if she struggles, I'm swapping over to English. But like that doesn't help her for practice.
No.
So like it's a nice thought, but it's annoying at the same time.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
could see it. I could totally see it.
Hmm.
Oh my God. So, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Twitch is making a whole bunch of changes lately.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I may have heard an inkling here and there.
yeah.
So the biggest one, and I think I shared it with you guys, is they're making their affiliate status easier to get
Yeah.
by a lot.
Oof. I
A
mean,
lot, a
I
lot.
could understand trying to get more people interested in the platform because like there are other platforms out there now that are starting to pick up. Like I
Yeah.
think Kick is picking up quite a bit now. YouTube is still a very popular platform to stream off of. I know a couple people that do that. But like it's kind of a slap in the face to the people that had to work hard to get associate. Because what's next? They make it easier to hit the next tier, which is what's the next tier?
That's
After-
partner.
Next one we have a
Partner.
partner, yeah.
Can you imagine they
They
just
already
made it
did.
easy for anybody? What do you wait? Would this change? They also made it easier to hit
No,
partner.
about 2 months ago, they made it to where people who raid into your channel count towards concurrent viewership requirements for partner.
That's not too big
I
of a
did see
thing
that, yeah.
though, because that requires the
Knowing
person raiding
people?
into you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
requires knowing people. So I don't consider that as much of an advantage.
I mean,
Because-
if you have a giant channel built up and you start telling people under the table, "Hey, slide me $100, I'll raid you." I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I can see that being a
Mm.
conflict of interest there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's just like if me as a streamer, I wouldn't care about that stuff. I'd be like, look, I'm gonna get viewers the
Regardless,
old-fashioned way,
yeah.
Mm,
and if as long as I'm doing what I like to do, why does it matter? Like how
True.
big I get, right? Not to saying that we don't want to grow, but
Yeah.
like you have to make sure that you're happy with what you do as well.
Yeah.
Like you
God,
can't
yes.
just start shelling out money. I'm not going to call any names of people that I've seen do it, but the whole
I
thing
know a
about
few.
paying for bots to sit in your
Oh,
channel to
Mm.
bump your
Right?
viewer counts, it's kind of just like
That's
why
scummy.
yeah.
why like you're trying to inflate because once you hit partner,
Your interactions
Though-
are actually going to matter. And
your interactions will matter.
Mm,
Like you're gonna want people to interact, and yeah, you can make AI scripts for some of the bots to interact, but at the same time, you got to figure out what triggers the bots to do that.
Bro,
And it's
right?
just like it seems like a whole lot of hassle
right.
when if you
Yeah.
organically and naturally grow your community, you're gonna have a stronger community, and they're gonna stick
Yeah.
around even during the bad times. Whereas
Mhm.
bots, if you get into the bad times and you run out of money, you're not gonna be able to pay for the bots. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, no, that's my rant about that. But
Oh
yeah,
no!
so
So here's what they're doing. Or
go ahead.
Kirari, do you want to read it? I think I sent it to you too.
I mean, it's in the topics. I need to scroll. I scroll up. I scroll too far. So they're making the average CCTV. CCTV. What the fuck? The
We're not watching
She's
CCTV.
Brit pilled.
television.
She's Brit pilled.
Concurrent viewer.
Concurrent viewers was 3 for over 30 days, and now it's 4 days.
Yeah.
And then, like, that seems kind of weird to me. It seems very short.
It seems like
Yeah.
they're trying to get as many people, because the way Twitch works now is you don't have ads on your channel if you're not an affiliate or a partner, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is they're trying to make it to where if you're streaming on this site, you automatically get ads
Yeah.
without just them saying it.
Well, that also lines their pockets in a way because they get a percentage of that ad revenue. So the more
Yeah.
people they can get putting up ads, even if you only have 2 or 3 viewers after you hit the requirements, that's still 2 or 3 more eyes on commercials.
Yeah.
True.
So,
But Twitch is going to keep all that money because
Oh,
if
yeah.
I remember correctly, even though they lowered the payment threshold to $50 for ACH payment, I think they still kept the clause in there that if you don't make payment after a year, they get to keep all your money. Comment section, prove me wrong, please.
yeah. Anyways,
It's coming.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
so they did that. The
What
3
else?
concurrent viewers.
What else you got?
So instead of having to stream for 7 days, you need to stream for 4 days. So you can
And
basically
that's
get it
in
within.
a 30-day period. You have to stream for 4 days.
Doesn't
assuming.
Or is that
say on the
just-
thing, but I'm assuming so. Yeah.
That's okay. That one is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, because that's like
Well,
3 days difference. That's
like streaming
eh.
1 day a week, you know.
Yeah.
Like and that's feasible for people that don't have a lot of time that want to get into it. So
Yeah.
I can be understanding on that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
but how about
then-
the next one though?
Stream for 8+ hours has been cut in half to 4+ hours.
Right?
I mean, the 8 hours was always attainable. I
But-
don't think
Yeah.
lowering it down to 4 is really that huge of a deal. Now, mind you, if it said that you had to stream for 24 hours in a 30-day period, and then they dropped it down to 4, this would be a much bigger deal.
Mm,
So here's the deal. That's an 8 hours streamed over 30 days. Now this is
Yeah.
you stream 1 hour a day.
Yeah, well, again, if you stream 4 days and you have 30 days to stream that 4 days in a month, right?
Yeah.
And then you do 1 hour streams for each of those, and you do 1 stream a week. Yeah. Most people are going to stream for more than an hour because I always told my parents growing up that at minimum
I'm
to
okay
get
with
into
just
any
2 hours,
game,
yeah.
you need at least 2 hours, a minimum of 2 hours.
mm,
Anything less than that, you don't really accomplish much in the game, and then you start not enjoying it.
Right?
So, like, you figure most people are going to probably stream 2 hours at a minimum. Everyone's going to beat the 8-hour cap in a month, regardless. If they're going to get
Yeah.
into streaming, they're going to beat that 8-hour cap. So dropping it to 4 is not really that big of a deal.
I
'Cause most
don't-
people
yeah.
are going to hit it. The
I
8
think
hours.
mainly the CCV and this
Yeah.
next one, the 50+ followers to 25 followers. That I think those are like
Those are the
Those
biggest
are the
one.
kick in the shins, man.
Yeah. I think those hurt the most.
Yeah. Now, granted, I had 55 followers on my very first stream day, but that was because I networked for 2 years. I put in the work. I told them I have a model coming. I plan on streaming. I'm going to debut probably within a year. And people that were interested decided to give me a follow. And I had to put in the groundwork and I had to talk to people and I had to do that stuff.
Yeah.
The 25 followers, that's I feel like to get a follow you have to work for it, and by lowering the threshold it's just like, okay, well, now you don't have to work as hard. When it just puts a slap in the face for the people that had to go out there and shill, and they had to get these people
push
to
the
come
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's my take on it. 100%. This is bullshit. And you're like, why? Well, it's a slap in the face to the people who are legacied in there and already have done this. And also, it's a slap in the face of everyone because for the longest time, they had these metrics which for young and new streamers were very hard to push through because if you're coming into this space having done nothing with content creation, it's very demoralizing. Why don't no one talk to me? Why don't no one watch? How do I do this? And like, So then, like, they stream for 6 months, they don't get anything, and then they quit. Yeah. Now, this is giving them a nice, shiny little button that says, I did this, because this is attainable by anyone with a PlayStation or, like, an Xbox at this point.
Yeah.
And all this is essentially going to do is it's going to allow Twitch to monetize more, which kind of a red flag if they're trying to figure out how to monetize more. And they've cut a few programs this year already.
To your point on the things that you're saying, the way that they had it before was a filter.
Yeah,
it filtered out the people that were only going and trying to make money off the platform. Now there are people that want to become successful, and yes, money is a big thing, a part of that. But it's the people that were only doing it because they think they could make money off of it right away.
Yeah,
it weeded those people out. The people that had passion, that wanted to become content creators, that were going to stick with it, it was that barrier that was allowing the people that were going to push through and persevere protection from all the other streamers that are taking away from their ability to get people to come in and watch their stream. Because when you have an oversaturation, there's going to be less interest.
Oh god, yes.
Because everyone's just like, oh, I can get that at any time. I can do that at any time. Blah 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 blah. Whereas, the talent, cream rises to the top.
God, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying that the people that can meet these standards don't have talent, but I mean, like when you set a project for yourself and you meet that goal, and the harder it was to meet that goal, the more fulfilled and better you feel about the fact that you met that goal, and it spurs you on to create a higher goal.
Right.
By lowering that bar, you now get that instant gratification, but then you don't really feel the need that you have to push yourself that much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
But yeah, at the same time, Twitch itself has to look at I'm looking at this logically from Twitch's perspective.
Yeah.
They got to look at the bottom line on how they're going to make more money. Because right now, not saying that they aren't making decent money, because they are,
probably are.
but they're probably getting to a point where they're plateauing and only getting a certain amount, and they want to increase their revenue stream. And so you've got to make these innovative ideas out of the box and be like, okay, well, if we make it easier, then more people have commercials. Then that means that those pennies on the dollar, we get a portion of that. And even if they don't make the $50 threshold to cash out, we get to hold on to that. So we're now increasing the amount of chances for us to make additional money.
No, you're
bad. Cat attack.
God.
He got a cat attack. The cat decided to
I
attack.
fed her before stream, and she's putting her claws all up at me. Jesus. Ow. Sorry. Yeah, so like you were saying, totally, it's definitely a way for Twitch to grow, like, their money and their income base, and also to grow their user base, because this makes it look like, oh, it's so much easier to get this on Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
I literally could just get, like, a new model that's, like, this chick that's just bombshell, and I could be the finger puppet on her hand. And I guarantee you, I'd have thousands of followers by the end of the month.
I need to excuse myself for like literally 2 minutes. I'm gonna be right back.
Okie dokie.
Someone. Oh my god! Hey, no.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm sorry
she's
about this,
back
guys.
again. Don't worry about it.
We attack. That's all we do. We attack. But what would help if you had one of these. Just had a spray bottle.
Not even.
No?
That didn't work on my tuxedo.
She wouldn't run away?
Calico. No, she really doesn't.
What if you had like a button for a noisemaker, for a noise that she didn't like?
Just keep a can of pennies next to my desk.
That just
Oh my
reminded me. You
God.
remember those old toys, the old sound toys, where it was like you flip the can and it was
Oh,
like
yes.
moo.
Yes.
And like it made animal noises when you flipped it because
Yes.
the air sifting through and pushing the stuff down would make the noise. Oh man.
Bro.
Commenters, we're telling you we're old without telling you we're old.
Bro, we already did that. We already told them about the weird magnet toys that we got on road trips from like gas
Yeah.
stations across America.
So the Scholastic book fair.
Oh my God. I still have books from that, by the way.
I do too. That's actually where I got introduced to Harry Potter. Was like the Scholastic book
Same.
fair. Yeah, and like oh man, and they would have Star Wars toys, and so I'd be like, Mom, I need money for the book fair. They have Star Wars toys, and she'd be like, okay, here's $5, and for that $5, you get like 3 or 4 things.
Oh my God,
from the
right?
Scholastic book fair. It was great.
I miss
Now
that.
you need now that $5 is buying you.
That'll get you an eraser topper for a pencil.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say a couple of eraser tops.
And they ain't even themed. It's just those normal like eraser tops.
And they're made with like the crappy rubber that doesn't really
God,
erase
right?
very
The
well
one
and
that
leaves
just
the
destroys.
chunks. Yeah, like just falls apart into cubes.
I used to throw those at people with a rubber band as a kid.
I mean, that's what they were good for, throwing them at people.
Yeah, they were. Right up to the point I
Speaking
hit the
of-
back of. Oh God, what was her name? I don't even
Speaking
remember.
of school weapons, did you ever make the paper mosquitoes?
Bro, we were
and fire 'em at
immediately
people?
demonetized because you're saying this
Dude.
shit. God damn it, Saints.
We're not even monetized yet.
I know, but like when we were gonna be pushing for this later, it's gonna be like, oh, why are the first 10 episodes not monetized? It's like shit.
We're
Yes, I
boomers.
did
We're
that.
talking about things that kids did back in the day,
Bro,
So if
so
you
I did
if you
make
think
those.
about it, we can't get in trouble because we're talking about historical events, right?
Right?
We're now a
I'm
history
hoping.
podcast. Let's go.
Oh God. Look, here's the deal. The minute we start talking about aliens, I'm just gonna pass the assets off, and I'm not gonna work on this
Dude,
anymore.
the ancient alien guy, the one that
come
has
back
the
to
crazy
aliens?
hair, I love that.
All right, I'm out,
He always seems like he's on something. He's like,
bro. Right?
yeah, man, aliens. They built the pyramids, man. It was awesome. It's just like,
Bro.
okay, where's your factual evidence? You don't need it. Just look at the shape of the pyramids. They were landing sites, man.
Not.
My apologies. My
no.
rabbit was making a fuss. I
Ah.
just heard a loud noise and I
Okay,
was like,
Now we need the trifecta. My cat needs to come attack me. So that way all 3 animals in all 3 households are causing a ruckus and interrupting.
Oh my God. No.
I just heard a loud noise. I'm
I don't
like,
think he's in my room, so I
what's
think I'm safe.
going on?
Mm.
At the second loud noise, I was like, okay, no, I need to check what he's doing.
So I know this is a thing, but
Yeah.
do your rabbits ever scream and they sound like people?
No.
So in the wild, I've heard rabbits like scream from getting attacked, and they sound like a person is screaming, and it is crazy.
That's
It is like
terrifying.
crazy. It is terrifying.
No, I sometimes I make the joke like because when they're yawning, it looks like they're screaming. So when they're yawning, I'll
Oh
go.
my God.
James,
That's
you
it.
lived out in the country. Did you ever have rabbits screaming like people?
No, I did
No?
not.
Oh, man.
Now I will tell you, I've seen a couple hawks grab rabbits, and I've heard horrible sounds. Then, like the keening of a dying or like a trapped rabbit is not something I enjoy hearing.
No.
But yeah,
Ugh.
no,
Ugh.
I was like watching just some rabbits in the yard one day, out my bedroom window, and I just hear like this noise, and it's just like the most gut wrenching thing you'll probably ever hear. And I'm just like, there's a hawk in the yard. It's got a rabbit, and it's flying away.
Oh
The thing was just limp in its claws, and I was like, damn, nature, you
no.
scary.
Nature.
Speaking of animals, we're gonna loop this back into some video games. Black Panther game and the Electronic Arts
God.
shuttering the Seattle area studio.
Okay, so I got a question. Was this that studio like a couple of years ago where they're like, our staff is only a specific color, and that's okay? And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's according to the dictionary racism, but you pop off, queen, slay. It's like, I don't really care about that shit, because if you want to fuck games up, go fuck games up. live your best life. So if that's the same studio, that's funny as shit, because that's more proof on the bonfire of these weird people trying to make games, or the things that kill games.
Same studio. Yeah, but according to the article, because they have shuttered that office in Seattle,
Okay.
that office was working on the Black Panther video game.
And I also think
yeah.
it's a travesty.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, Marvel games, I think Marvel games are oversaturated in the market for the most part, but there are some bangers. Like
it's a travesty. Here's why.
Go ahead.
I'm travesty, 200%. You're like, why is that? We all lived through the 90s and the 2000s, where every single major blockbuster had its own goddamn movie tie-in game, right? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kids these days need to know the pain
Spider-Man.
of bad movie tie-in games.
Did you think Black Panther was a bad movie?
No, I said bad movie tie-in games.
Yeah.
Like, the movie's good, but the game is shit.
The game was good.
You meant the okay,
Yeah.
you meant the opposite of what I was thinking. All right, I was about to say here.
Oh,
like,
it's because
I
it's
like
got that
Black Panther.
movie tie-in, right? It's a movie tie-in. the movie's not bad, but there definitely is a hyphen on movie tie-in.
Mm.
So would you say that any of the Evil Dead games were bad games?
I've only played the... God.
I am a huge fan of Evil Dead, and I like the Evil Dead games. The Evil Dead was always about schlocky. I think there were like 4.
I have only played the multiplayer one that they did a couple years ago, and then they shuttered it.
Oh, the most recent one?
Yeah. Kirari, what movie tie-in game have you played that was absolute trash?
There's at least 8.
The Peter Pan game that I talked about a few podcasts back.
Oh, God.
But I don't know whether that is because I couldn't save the game or if it was genuinely trash.
Dude, the first Evil Dead game came out in 1984. That was before I was born. For Commodore 64 and the Commodore 128.
You can't even find those now. There's no way.
The next one, which you could probably find, Evil Dead: Hail to the King, year 2000.
Right.
That was the next one that they came out with. Came out for the Dreamcast, PlayStation, and PC.
Of course, Microsoft took one look at. No, wait, Xbox wasn't out yet. Xbox was what, a 2001 release?
Yeah, actually, they did come out with an Xbox title called Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick in 2003, which was on the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox.
All right.
It does look like Xbox picked them up.
I will say the worst movie tie-in game I ever played was Resident Evil.
I kind of think that's an opposite thing, right? Because that would be...
No, those movies were great. The games that they made, horrible. They didn't even follow the movies. They didn't even follow the movies.
Sure. The games came out before the movies. Sure. The movies only exist because of the games.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Sir, excuse yourself. The Resident Evil games are a gem. Like, no.
I almost gave Sage an aneurysm. Oh my God.
Dude, this old man does not need heart palpitations right now. Calm your roll, son. Jeez, no. Like,
oh my God. No. Okay. So here's the worst I have ever played. Would have to be Toy Story 2 for the Game Boy Color.
Okay, yeah. I can see that.
It's terrible.
Hot take. I didn't like Toy Story.
Disney games. I can't say I've ever really played any good Disney games based off of their movie IPs. Like,
yeah, they're all
honestly, it always feels like it's always been a cash grab. Hey, commenters, if you did like a Disney game, let us know. Let us know which Disney game you liked.
Yeah.
And if it matched up with the movie. Because I am interested to know. Because honestly, I want to be proven wrong. Please. It's not a coffee cup, but here. Change my mind.
Yeah,
I'm behind the desk. I've got a cup. Change my mind.
Disney games just remind me of like the freaking can't wait to be king level in the Lion King
For
game.
Sega.
Yeah, I
Bro.
could
Yeah,
not for the
ooh.
life of me get past that level as a kid.
You know that wasn't
Dude.
supposed to be winnable, right?
Yeah, it
It
wasn't supposed to be winnable.
No,
No.
because they were trying to make it to where you had to rent the DVD or not. Jesus, the DVD. They were trying to make it to where you had to rent the cartridge for more than 1 week.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The only level I remember from that game is the level where you have to like so they had these ledges that you had to like grab onto, but you had to launch from ledge to ledge because there was no solid ground for you to sit on, and you had to beat this. I think maybe it was rising like acid or something. I don't remember.
God.
In the elephant graveyard, and just like yeah, it was.
All right.
Yeah.
I will
Even
say
the Michael Jackson Moonwalker game on Sega was better than the Disney games.
I didn't know there was.
He's laughing. He's laughing. You didn't know that Michael Jackson had video games? This man had video
man, it
games.
was a thing.
It was hilarious because like so you basically played as Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and so like the level
Yeah, you
was
did.
is you had to like fight bad guys to find a little child in a closet to rescue them, and then once you found the little child, Bubbles the monkey, his pet monkey, pops onto your shoulders, and Michael goes, "Who's bad?" And so Bubbles will point in the direction that the boss is on the level, and so like you have to follow the monkey's finger to find where the boss is, and the boss fights were always a bunch of enemies coming in after you. And then once
Oh
you
my
like
God.
started to get to a certain point and you built up your ultimate ability, you could use Michael's ultimate ability to basically perform dances from his famous dance numbers. And so it would be Michael in the middle, all the bad guys would become the background dancers and they would do the dances. So like Thriller, like all the guys in the back were doing the Thriller dance and stuff like that. And then at the very end of the dance, Michael would do his patented finger in the air crotch grab and go, and all the
Yeah.
enemies would die
His
on
little
screen.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and like so when you beat the level, you would turn into a car and fly into the next level. Like
Bro.
Michael would transform into a car and fly off to the next level.
Okay.
Dude, it was oh my god,
That sounds
game's
wild.
amazing. Dude, oh my goodness. Sorry, nostalgia.
Some
I
wild.
love it.
Oh, bro.
Side tangent.
All
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
You know what was an actual good movie tie-in game?
Huh.
The Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets games, or the Game
I
Boy
don't
Color.
think- I don't think
I
I've
really like the
ever played
PC
those.
one for Sorcerer's Stone. Anyway, it's the only one I played, and I freaking love that game.
All right.
Mm.
So I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
Was it like the same kind of like Final Fantasy-esque top-down, like, you know, team battler?
Wait, Harry Potter team battlers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you had like an RPG where you like
Yeah,
had Ron, Hermione,
yeah,
and Harry,
yeah.
and like you had to choose their
yeah,
actions and
yeah.
defeat
And they all
monsters.
had different spells that they were, you know, spec'd
Huh.
into. Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Was that the only
PC
one that
one wasn't
played
like
this?
Now we can't just dip our toes into the Harry Potter video game circle without giving the mention of Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the controversy surrounding that game is ridiculous. It's a
Mhm.
game. It's a video game. You don't like it, don't play it. You get upset by it, don't watch people that play it.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
Like-
it's a video game.
I will say I played the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
What'd
no,
you think?
the podcast
Honest
is
opinion.
canceled now. I'm kidding. I don't
It's
care.
not canceled.
She's
Like-
laughing already.
Like I
Was it
freaking
good?
hate whatever J.K. Rowling's doing over the past few years. She's freaking ridiculous. But like,
Did she actually have say in that game though? I
No.
thought it was so that
no,
that to
people
me is a
were
boon.
boycotting it because she still owns the IP, so she'll still get royalties
Oh,
because
so
it's Harry Potter.
that woman
basically.
will get royalties for Harry Potter. They're coming out with a Harry Potter TV show, and she's gonna get
Yeah,
royalties. From
I
that.
saw.
It's like there's like
They
you
made
can't be
Snape
mad
black,
at
though.
that. They did,
yeah.
Which I think
but
is
you can't
funny as hell.
you can't be mad at the fact that this person created this intellectual property they have the right to get paid for other people
Yeah.
wanting to utilize it. Like, you can't hold it against a content creator that's making content on a game based off of the IP,
Mm,
because it's just like, come on. It's not the
Yeah.
content creator's fault. It's not the studio who created the game's fault. If you're mad at J.K. Rowling, direct your anger to J.K. Rowling, not
Yeah.
to
Write her a
anything
damn
related
letter.
to it. Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I will
hey, you kinda
say-
suck.
yeah, I will say I specifically avoided playing it on stream for obvious reasons. I
Yeah.
didn't
There was a
wanna-
lot of hate wagon
yeah,
on
there
that
was
game.
there was a lot, but like I grew up with Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and like it still has like a very special place, like
Yeah.
for me, and like and I got to actually be a Hufflepuff in this game.
There you go. Speaking
Hufflepuff
of which,
doesn't get enough love.
I take it you're a Hufflepuff. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Shades, do you know what house you
Ravenclaw.
are? Oh, fellow Ravenclaw. Very nice. I actually
That
took
explains the
multiple
chemistry.
multiple quizzes, and
That
it always
explains a
dumps me
lot.
into Ravenclaw. Like, I'm a Ravenclaw apparently.
I
Yeah.
was so upset for like because I also took multiple quizzes, and
Uh-huh.
every single quiz came out as Hufflepuff, and I was like, I don't want to be a freaking Hufflepuff. What the fuck?
But you've embraced the puff at this point.
I've just embraced it. I'm just kind of like, you know what? Yeah, and like that was like before like the Fantastic Beasts movies came out,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
the
God.
main character is a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like the
wait,
Fantastic
what?
Beasts
Ah.
movies.
That
I
makes
love
Yeah,
sense.
Newt Scamander is
yep,
a Hufflepuff.
Yep, that's why he loves the animals and why he's so good with plants. Like, Hufflepuff is very much a nature house. Like,
Yeah.
they deal with anything nature-wise.
Get off my lawn, you
So.
damn hippies.
No, okay, bye.
Hey, come back. We're not done.
Sage is not Sage. I did it now. Shades is just like nope. I need you. No, don't get back here. You're not done yet.
Good.
The podcast will work with
Wow. Okay.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
wow, yeah,
Get
wow.
back.
Wow.
Wow.
Bro.
But nah,
Now we need an
embraced
Owen
it.
Wilson wow here. Wow.
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 Wow. Harry Potter.
Hmm.
Bro, here's
So-
the deal. The fallout from that game and the mental gymnastics people were doing to get other people who had never played it to justify them hating it was insane. I
It was.
literally saw so many people that I used to follow who were like, "Hey, if I see you play this on your Steam list, we're done." And I'm like, "Huh, that's funny. Looks like we're done."
Hmm.
I didn't even play the game. I'm just like, if people
Yeah.
have this opinion and they're willing to try and berate people for having a game in their inventory, I'm out, man.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, because like again, like you can like a series or an IP or whatever, but you don't
Yeah.
have to agree with like everything that the creator is
Yeah.
saying. That's it. It's stupid to say that like, oh, you like X thing, that means you must agree with like their point of view. Like, no.
I think my
If
favorite
anything,
saying.
there was like when was that? Last month or the month before?
Yeah.
There was it was like International Asexuality Day or whatever,
Wow.
and
Okay.
it's just like an like awareness kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the freaking the hag just goes, "Wow, way to tell people that you don't fancy a shag." And I'm like, "Lady,
I saw that and I was
actually
like,
get the freaking, oh my god."
I saw that and I was like, wow, this is the most old lady fucking take, get off my lawn, you damn kids kind of
Right.
thing. And I'm like, God. Like, it made me
That's
chuckle
freaking-
a little bit because I was like, wow, she's not wrong, but like, damn, you don't need to fucking comment on everything.
So, my favorite saying from my elders, and I'm going to PG this up the best that I can, is
right.
opinions are like booty holes. Everyone
Yeah.
has one and they all stink. And so just smile and nod and just appreciate the fact that people are even talking to you about it. You know?
Right?
Yeah.
But God,
that's
do
the
not
PG
stick your
version
asshole
of it.
in my face.
I'm sorry, sir. I am a cat. It's gonna happen.
You
That's
sniff them usually.
Hey,
well,
You're a
Yeah, you
dog.
sniff them usually. That just reminds me of the Bob's Burgers episode where
oh,
where
God.
not what's the mom's name? Why am I forgetting?
Linda.
Bobby.
Linda.
Where Linda's sister painted all the animal buttholes.
Yes, Gail.
And then Linda came through and she's just like, that's so indecent. So she painted underwear all over the animal.
Right?
To cover their butts. Oh.
That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm,
Man.
Good stuff.
So I know last episode. Hold on, let me check my notes real quick.
You got notes?
Check notes. Okay,
Furiously
so I know
scrambled.
last episode we probably didn't shit on Nintendo. And you're like, why does he say it like that? Well, it's because like
You're
every
overdue.
other couple episodes, we totally shit on Nintendo. Look,
True.
here's the deal: we shit on a lot of things here because we're
I will
old.
say,
Hmm.
Nintendo has some good stuff, but Nintendo as a company, they're starting to tear down a lot of things.
Bro,
and it's
right?
just like, come on, you want these people to buy your products, and you're shitting on them. So it's
Right?
okay that we shit back on Nintendo. Like,
Yeah. Well, do it to Microsoft too. Randy Pitchford, his emotional support corn.
an emotional support cord. My name's Randy Pitchford, and I got my emotional support cord.
So
I call him Colonel. He's the decorated veteran of the popcorn wars.
this bit's
I
making
can't
no
believe-
damn sense. Sage,
I
you linked
can't
the Switch
I
2
can't
shit.
believe how many people got wounded in that battle. Can you imagine all them colonels popping off, dying? Anyways, but
The
what about-
Switch 2 nonsense.
sorry, I blacked out there. I was remembering the war.
Oh god. And now we're gonna get canceled because we're laughing at a veteran. Oh god.
I brought it on myself. So what was the question? Sorry, no, I seriously like was in my own zone there for a minute. Hey, we can't go an episode without me making these people laugh themselves. silly.
Oh my god. No, and there's not been a time where you've not at least done it twice.
Ah,
So,
frick.
Nintendo Switch news. Kotaku apparently says that they've got a leaker who's leaking a bunch of stuff to them, and he's going over some crap. Was what she told me.
Oh, yeah. Like so.
Oh god, it's a bunch of Russian game.
It is, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. How the hell did these
but
guys
that's
get it? A week early.
I honestly so just to throw this out there, commenters, this is one that we just grabbed right away.
Yeah.
That we didn't really get to like.
No, we
reread.
looked at this nothing.
I'm-
Sage was just like, "Holy
I'm-
crap! I can't believe they're doing this."
I kind of. Hold on.
It's
Let's
a
see if
Kotaku
better.
article.
Yeah.
What's a polite? Wait, Listener Conte doesn't work for Kotaku anymore. Never mind. We're safe.
We are. Are we?
I don't
We
know.
are- we
I don't have to
are
fight some
safe
weird
in the-
looking chick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She looks like a fucking alien.
Mm.
That's a statement of opinion, not fact, by the way. Don't sue us.
Oh, so it's saying that that what this person spoiled, he spoiled the setup sequence and its bespoke musical theme, basically like the startup of the Switch.
So
2,
this dude is just like, hey,
as
here's
well
the
as
startup.
system settings. Yeah, so basically he basically was going over like system settings and the startup and things like that, and confirmed that no existing Switch 1 games could run on the new machine just yet. So like Nintendo
This
hasn't
is a
even
nothing burger
that's-
from Kotaku, is what you're telling
It
me.
is. It is. But
Fucking
I mean, just the fact.
Kotaku.
I think the reason why I pulled it up and the reason why it seemed interesting was that in the title, because I mean, obviously, you know, Kotaku's going
Yeah.
to make titles that grab you.
Mhm.
It basically says Switch 2 leaker explains how he got the console early and why he's not afraid of Nintendo. So this is the part that I was interested in, the fact that he's not afraid of Nintendo, because Nintendo is trying to cancel everybody that's going against him right now.
Yeah.
Power World is getting hit hardcore, which Power World is putting up a good fight though. But just like streamers, like we had talked about that one streamer
Yeah.
that Nintendo pretty much got their channel nuked because they're just like, oh, well, you used an unauthorized cartridge because you don't own the game or
Yeah,
the
that was
rights to play
Pekora.
it on your stream. Pekora, yeah,
Pekora,
Pekora. And then now you've got this guy popping up saying that he's not afraid of Nintendo. He's like, go ahead, Nintendo, try to do something to me. What can you do?
That's because they've
it-
closed all their offices in Russia.
yeah, exactly. Like they don't have representation in Russia right now, according to I guess they're closing their offices. But it's just like, well, what are they going to do about that? And so he's not afraid to do spoilers. And honestly, and I know that there's espionage and corporate stuff that goes on, but honestly, any system that you have that is a functioning system before your full release should be locked down. Like you should have high security on that stuff. That's your product. So you can't get mad when people get their hands on it early.
Yeah.
Unless you've already sent the product out. You've already put it out there. You've already increased the chances of somebody getting their hands on it.
Yeah.
So you should be expecting these things. These things should be expected.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In
like
that
the Spanish
aspect.
Inquisition.
No. Nobody expects.
Nobody
the Spanish
expects.
Oh, I sure as all expect it now.
Wait, is the Spanish Inquisition still acting? Are they
I
still
have
torturing
no
people?
idea.
Nothing against Spain. I'm trying to make this into a bit because the way that he made it sound is like they're still inactive. They're still active. Like now I'm afraid. Now I gotta watch out. Good thing I don't have a basement because now I can't have a dungeon. I can't
The
be
Pinkerton
absconded.
Detective Agency would like to know your location.
Are the Pinkertons still a thing?
Yeah.
Dude,
Bro,
dude,
you don't
It's a
remember
game.
that? Like 2 years ago,
No.
they raided someone's house over a magic card that someone leaked out
Really?
early to one of their media people. And
Okay.
instead of them calling this guy and be like, hey, we need you to return these cards, or they literally called up the Pinkerton Detective Agency, Hasbro did.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, all right, this man is your target. Congratulations.
Now, do the Pinkertons
Hmm.
still have protection? Like they're like the legal bounty hunters to be able to go off and still do all this stuff? Because I know like they
Supposedly,
had
yes.
they had government protection back in the Wild West days to be able to go do this stuff. I wonder if they still do. Like if they had it written back in the day to where they can't be touched, like they're untouchable.
Not
It's like
untouchable
legalized.
necessarily.
You know what I mean? Like they couldn't be like shut down
I
for
wouldn't
no
know
reason.
enough about it.
I'm actually going to start looking up that stuff because that sounds interesting. But speaking of Magic,
Yeah.
I can't believe how expensive this new Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering
God.
booster pack sets are for physical cards. Oh my
Honestly.
goodness. Like,
They're
okay,
so expensive.
How much?
if you wanted to
Like,
buy a box of boosters, just I'm talking like 30, I think it's 32 packs come in a box of boosters. It was used to be like $600.
All
But
right.
you also have the chance of making a bunch of money. FF, I don't know, just Final Fantasy. Let's see. Booster prices.
How much?
MTG. So let's see here. Come on,
Guys,
come
we're
on.
at 31 subscribers on the podcast right now.
Oh,
Oh shit.
sweet. Thank you. We appreciate you. We really do.
Frick yeah, let's go.
Let's look it up as shopping. Let's look it up as
We
shopping.
appreciate you now. We're going to appreciate you 3 weeks from now when we meet again.
Yeah.
Meet again.
I still, oh God.
Okay.
I still can't believe that we're going to,
So for the collector booster display box on tcgplayer.com, they're listing it as $711.79.
what the
Now, what
what-
comes in this?
what, hey, huh?
Hold on, let's see here. What comes with this? And this is pre-sale. This isn't even like it hasn't even been released yet. This is to pre-buy. It comes with 12 Magic the Gathering booster packs. Now, I haven't bought a regular booster pack in forever, but
Oh,
I would say they're
that's
hovering
alright,
probably about
alright.
$5 a pack, $6 a pack right now. 15 Magic the Gathering cards, so they give you 15 individual cards, I guess. Or no, wait. No, that doesn't make sense. This is what they're listing it on that. 8 to 12 cards are traditional
Sage.
foil. 0 to 3 of these cards may be a surge foil. I don't know what a surge foil is.
Sage.
What?
Your average Magic the MTG booster pack, depending on what I am seeing right now, goes from $5.99 at GameStop to actually the lowest I see it right here is at Walgreens.
Walgreens
For $5. They go to GameStop at $6, and they go to some game shops at $5 to $6 as well.
Okay, so I was about right on my average for a
Mhm.
normal booster pack.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at the market price history of this collector booster display. And it started off at $627. I'm assuming that's with tax, right?
Okay.
That was back in March.
Mm.
March 4th. March 22nd, it actually went down a little bit average because it sold anywhere between 620, 623. And then in April, that's when it jumped up. It jumped up to $696 in April. Then it had a dip in about May, and then probably about mid-May, it jumped up to $727, spiked back down to $700, and now spiked back up to $742.
I'm sorry, this is
crazy.
like rent for an apartment.
Yeah. This is actually half my rent for my house.
Bro, what
and
happened to our
for
freaking hobbies,
that's
man?
for 12 booster packs in a collectible box.
Oh, it's the collectible thing that. These
Yeah,
are
but
limited
still.
edition nonsenses, aren't they?
But still, no, not necessarily. They just have a chance of getting you those cards. I don't even think the Lord of the Rings ones even got that high.
I don't think so.
Final Fantasy, MTG, Commander decks. Commander is another popular format.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Commander decks are going for. So for all three, so I would say Commander decks on average between anywhere from $50 to $75, depending on the decks themselves. That sounds about a good guesstimate. So I guess the Final Fantasy Commander decks aren't too bad. For all four of them, it's sitting around $380 for TCG Player. TCG Player is a site that I use a lot. I do like it when I go look for card collectibles. No, we're not sponsored TCG Player, but I want you to know I like you. I like you. But yeah, so $379. Looks like for, I don't know if it's for all four or if it's for one. Oh, it does say four Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Commander decks. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That all right. So all right. That's a little more reasonable.
Yeah, because if you figure their average, we'll say $70. We'll just $70 is a nice easy number. Yeah. For two, that's $140. For four, that's $280. So you figure with tax and all that stuff, and the fact that it's a kind of collectible because it's a Final Fantasy tie-in, $379. That includes shipping. That's not too bad, I guess.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
The worst.
It's under
some of the cards I've seen though. Oh, they're so freaking pretty.
Dude, I am fighting with myself right now not to drop $50 on MTG Arena just to get 50 booster packs for digital cards.
Oh my god! Don't do that.
To be fair,
yeah,
$50 gets you 50 booster packs, so you're essentially paying $1 a booster pack for the online.
That's not too bad, to be fair.
Especially if they're going to be in standard, which means that they're going to be in the format for a while online, which means that I can utilize them throughout the entirety of their lifespan. But I don't want to spend $50 because I could buy a game to stream for you people.
Yeah, we could literally get Elden Ring Night Raid and do that.
I don't say you. I like Elden Ring. I'm lying. I have Elden Ring on my PlayStation, and I've only beaten 2 bosses. And I bought it when it came out.
I remember your face, Margaret. I will get my revenge one day.
Revenge.
One day.
Margaret, you will be the maidenless one in this aspect. No maidens for you, Margaret. But yeah, no, I'm just some of these prices for collectible cardboard is just astronomical.
Bro, a lot of the prices for a lot of collectible stuff these days is astronomical.
Let's
Scalpers
see.
are like so much worse nowadays.
Why is that a
As
segment
well.
of our society now, by the way? Can we talk
I
about
don't know.
that? Like, I understand that, supply, demand nonsense, but like people just going in there and be like, oh yeah, I'll buy all of this and then mark it up double.
Hmm. People like that need to be shot.
Uh,
Straight up.
And,
I
and
hate
Elden Ring
scalpers
Night
so
Rain.
much.
So they lose all their runes.
Yeah.
They don't have any maidens.
No maidens.
No maidens.
You'll never get maidens if you're a scalper.
So I will tell you
Probably not.
that for
Yeah.
the Lord of the Rings release of Magic the Gathering. For those of you people that are interested in Magic the Gathering, you've definitely heard of this. They made a
Okay.
unique, one of a kind,
Oh,
one
that
ring,
one ring
Magic the Gathering
nonsense.
card
Yeah.
that Post Malone bought, and the current price of that card, $2 million.
Holy.
It's cardboard with some shiny bits on it.
God.
$2
I
million.
have cardboard and hollow sticky bits in my
Yeah.
crafting box.
Yeah.
I'll print it out.
$2 million.
Man, none of this makes sense anymore.
Oh my god.
Bro, we gotta start looking for guests. I'm talking to Small Biscuit right now and trying to get him on the podcast, but his schedule is all kind of jacked right now.
Hmm.
Speaking of crazy amounts of things to spend money on,
Yeah.
and sorry, yes, we want Biscuit on here. Biscuit, if you're watching, we want you. I can't actually point at you because I don't have the capacity
Bro,
to do that
right?
yet. But we want you. I don't
would
have
be
an Uncle
great.
Sam's hat either. But have you seen these things from like Pop Mart, the Labubus? I am
Yeah.
just now hearing about them. Apparently, they've been around for a minute.
What are you
They're
talking
cute.
about?
You haven't seen the Labubu stuff?
Labubus are so freaking cute. Hold on.
So Papa Meat is a guy that I watch regularly on YouTube. I love you, Papa
Okay.
Meat. I love your content. He did a video that included the Labubus, and he was talking about how it's just as bad as scalpers for Pokemon cards and things like that, and Black Friday Walmart
Oh,
shoppers.
bro,
that
I'd
rush thing.
literally go fight kids in Minecraft for these and sell them for $200 a pop.
They're so
But-
cute.
Yeah,
They
no,
look
it's
terrifying, like
crazy.
Furbies, only worse.
That's
but
the
okay.
thing. Dang, like ooh.
No, I'm
Labubu.
good actually.
They're good. I like them.
There's even people that are like breaking into people's cars to steal them. People
What the
people
heck?
stealing them off of your key clips,
What
things
the
like
frick?
that. Yeah.
Right. Hey, could I get 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right,
Apparently,
time.
the most expensive Labubu sale was a resin sculpture, which approximately costed $13,000.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Oh, they're so freaking cute. I love how they're just gremlins. I love them.
They're gremlins, but people are paying top dollar for these things. It just
Understandable.
It kind of reminds me of the Beanie Baby phase, where like Beanie Babies were everywhere, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, my Beanie Baby collection is gonna be worth millions. Just you
Yeah.
watch." And now they're like, "Okay, I'm trying to sell my Beanie Babies, but nobody wants these things
Nobody
anymore.
wants them.
Nobody wants them." And then they made a resurgence. They restarted going back up because the new generation of children saw them and got excited.
Mm.
And now they're falling back down again. They're like, "Ah, no,
Yeah.
no."
Makes sense.
It's like when you drive a brand new car off a lot. It's like, yeah, I'm so excited. And all of a sudden you go and be like, what's the Kelly Blue Book value?
Mm.
Kelly Blue Book is a website. I don't know if you're familiar with it,
I
that
don't
you can
think
put
so.
in like the status of your car, like how well maintained it is, things like that, what model year, blah, blah, blah. And it will go and it'll scour the internet and say, okay, the average that people are rebuying this vehicle for is X amount of dollars. So it's kind of like that with the Beanie Babies. It's just like, okay, yeah, you drove it off the lot. You expected it to be worth so much money, and now it's worth $0.
Why
You
are we
could
talking
literally
about
use it as a
Beanie
baby
Babies?
spit rag, and it would be worth more. Oh, just the Labubus and comparing them to like Beanie Baby, the Fad Crisis, and things like that.
Are we in another great recession? Because like
Yeah,
shit was
well,
going on in the
back
90s.
in my day,
Oh God, we are.
back in
Okay.
my day, Ronald Reagan was president.
You were
Seriously,
4.
seriously.
You were
I was
4.
alive.
Shush.
I was alive when Ronald Reagan was president.
Okay, I legitimately think we are in the middle of a recession. Here's my proof. So
Well, gas and egg prices have been dropping, so I mean that's good.
Mhm.
yeah, but like rent's still going up.
Well, of course.
Everything
Well,
else
you're
is
right,
more
baby.
expensive. Doritos is putting tacos at midnight back on the shelves. Only they're calling it late night loaded taco.
What?
You don't
What?
remember that from 2008? Doritos
No.
tacos at midnight taco flavor.
No,
Oh Jesus!
I don't like.
You were
and
deployed, weren't you?
What year was that?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
No, I deployed. My first deployment was in 2009, and then my next one was in 2010.
It might have been 2008, 2009. You might have been gone for this. So I swear to you,
Maybe.
the Doritos had like this like taco flavor that was like really just a banger, and then like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where this bit's going. I picked up a package of them last night. I'm like, damn, this tastes like 2009 again. I'm like, oh god,
Oh, I'm looking at
when's the
one of
economy gonna crash? Oh
Okay.
no!
the late night loaded taco, the late
Yeah.
night zesty jalapeno
Yeah.
popper, and yeah. No, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, they're only $5.50 at Kroger for a bag.
yeah, I know, right? But like they were selling all that like flavor stuff back in like the recession, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
So are you saying that during recessions, companies come out with products that are at a higher price because they're like, na boo boo,
Yeah,
you
pretty
can't
much.
have this, you can't afford it, and we're putting out the good stuff.
Yeah, and then when it's over, it's like, ha, you poors can't have this now. The cancel. Probably. I'm just taking the piss. I don't actually know. I don't have a degree in economics or economy. I'm an accountant. But not the Ben Stiller one where like I got all those guns. I'm just autistic as shit.
Wait, wasn't there a movie called The Accountant?
Yeah,
Is that the
Ben
one
Stiller
you're
in
referencing?
it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've
Was it Ben
watched that.
Stiller? Oh, it's good. Watch it. I don't know if the second
I don't
one's
think
gonna
it.
be any good.
I don't think it was Ben Stiller, was it?
Ben Affleck then?
That sounds more.
I don't know.
Ben something.
Comment section. Who played the lead in The Accountant? We're moving on.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
Fair.
Yeah,
Bro,
no, I can't see
you're
Ben
giving him
Stiller
the
being in
answer.
a serious. Well, yeah. So that's your freebie. That's your freebie comment.
Comment section, you
Oh.
don't get a prize now. Congratulations. Sage
No,
Sage
no
just
prize.
ruined that.
Yeah, it's my fault. Send all your
Yep.
hate mail to me. That way I can thrive on
Sergeant
sustenance
underscore
against me.
stage underscore at gmail underscore at gmail.com.
That's too many underscores,
I don't know. I'm
No.
trying.
and that's not my business address. So
Whatever.
I
it
do have a
is.
business email address. So yeah.
Bet.
But yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
I could not picture Ben Stiller doing a serious action movie.
Bro, everyone looks like Ben something or other in the movies. I'm sorry, they just do. They just do.
No.
Yeah, they do.
As a movie connoisseur, I can tell you you're wrong, sir.
He's one of them that are connoisseurs, I see.
Coinosaur.
Yep. Connoisseur.
Connoisseurs.
He's a connoisseur of the finest stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Jesus. Man, this movie's gonna suck next week. Not ready for it.
Movie
I'm ready
always
for
sucks.
it. But like
See,
it's gonna be like it.
I'm at that age where I'm no longer going to move myself. I'm going to pay people to move me. Like
Mhm.
I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm done.
Valid.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the money that I'm saving because I'm having family help me out, which is nice. And I'm probably gonna invest that in like some stuff for the podcast and the stream.
Heck
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what we need, like over in the West, like the moving services that they have in Japan, where they will
Oh my
literally just
God,
tape up your
right?
whole house and they'll do
Right?
everything for you.
No, man, just get a bunch of Amish people and they will lift your house and move it.
They will.
I'm making
They
this
will.
joke. I'm making this joke because I recently saw a video where like they needed to move a barn And so they dug up the foundations of the barn and just they had like 100 Amish guys lifting the whole entire barn and
Yep.
just carrying it over to the next spot where they wanted it. It was crazy.
So
I was like,
most
"Are you
barns
kidding
don't weigh
me?"
a lot. You know that, right?
Yeah, most barns don't weigh a lot. Yeah, no. They're mostly just timber, just walls to
Yeah.
keep the wind and stuff out. But still, it was just crazy. It was just crazy watching humans, just all of these humans just lift this huge barn.
Y'all grew up
That
as
was-
city folk, didn't you?
That's
That was about
insane.
as big as my
I-
house, if not bigger, and just lift it and walk with it.
Sorry, I just
Sir, I
sounded
live near
redneck as
Amsterdam.
hell. Y'all grew up city folk, didn't you? Yep, totally.
No,
I live near Amsterdam.
Suburbia.
It's city folk.
I lived out in the burbs.
Yep.
Never out in the country, just in the burbs. I don't like
God.
the
Even if
city.
I did live in a country in the Netherlands, it wouldn't make any difference because I would drive or like cycle for like 10 minutes and I'd be in a town.
Yeah.
Bro, cycling for 10 minutes here in America, that'll get you in another field. I kid you not.
Hmm.
uh,
I mean, first you got to get Americans to cycle for 10 minutes.
Well, that too.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
No, it's
Don't-
not.
don't. Yeah, it is.
Well, no, because none of us will cycle because we don't have a lot of cycling infrastructure. It's all for automobiles.
What are you talking about? Around me, we've got bicycle lanes on the
in
streets.
the middle of the country road.
I live out in a town, small town. Yeah,
Damn. All right. Well,
we got bicycle lanes. And that being said, I mean, like just alone, I've walked over 7,500 steps just this morning. So cycling, I could cycle for 10 minutes. That would actually
3
be
miles. Dang.
yeah, 3 miles. Actually, I could probably tell you how many miles I've walked today. I've already burned 1,496 calories. I walked 3.71 miles today. Yeah. I
Oh
was
my
yeah,
God.
yeah,
Have
yeah.
we talked about food yet?
Dude. I'm
I
hungry.
don't think so.
All right. Well, it's the last 5 minutes or so. Let us talk about the favorite boomer pastime. Because anything else is just gonna make
Eating.
me just fucking hate it here. Because I've got so much other shit to do.
He
I was gonna
says
say,
that
no one
every
said
single
it.
time.
Yeah, no one said that
If it's
either.
not you, it's me. So
Yeah.
far, no one has said it yet. We were doing so well.
Wait. Future's now, old man. There. We went a whole episode without saying that last time.
There we go.
Speaking of the future is now, old man.
What?
I was talking to my mother yesterday.
Oh God. Yeah.
She is actually a gamer. She's
Yeah.
I said you're a 50 plus year old gamer. She goes, I'm 58, thank you very much. I said, yeah, a 50 plus year old gamer. And
Yo, if he
she
goes
was-
missing, we're gonna know where to dig.
she
Mom's backyard.
no, my mother loves me. I'm her
I
favorite
know.
child
I
out of the 5 children. But anyways, I said, Mom, you play all of this Overwatch too, and like you're good at it. Like you're good at it at a 58-year-old. I said, there's actually a niche for older
Bro, there are
people
teams for that.
playing games. Like people will just sit there and watch an old person
Yeah.
play. And
Yeah.
she goes, yeah, but I don't want to stream because if I do, I'm gonna get in trouble because I swear a lot when when I'm
please.
playing games.
As
And I
long
said,
as
are
you're
you
not
kidding me?
As long as you're not
People are
screaming
gonna eat
slurs
that
at
up.
people, they'll eat that up.
She's like, yeah, but occasionally I drop the C word, like I'm gonna kill you, you C word, to some people playing Overwatch.
C-word.
And I was just like, yeah, no, Mom, people will eat that up. And she goes, I said, you can do it on TikTok. She goes, no, they won't allow that on TikTok. They ban people for that all the time. And I was like, okay, well, there's other platforms that just don't care.
Yeah.
And you can make money doing it. And the thing is too, is like, she's one of those gamers where like when she's playing, her body is animated while she plays. So like she'll be doing keyboard and mouse, right? And she'll be like turning the screen and like her whole body will move, and like she'll like the chair is shaking because her hips are going back and forth and she's trying to move with like the game. As you know what I'm talking about, like those people that like would play
Yeah.
like racing games, and like
I
they
do that
lean
with
their
racing
body-
games, yeah.
Yeah, they leave their body in the chair when they're trying to make big turns.
I need to
Like,
go.
come on. But yeah,
Kirari.
so-
Even if you lean into the turn, you turn better.
So the question I pose to you as fellow V-boomers is, what would we call somebody that's higher than a V-boomer? Not necessarily like a VTuber
Oh
in
my
general, but
god.
just an older gamer that's older, like in their 50 plus.
He's
I was
coming
about
out.
to say
Commenters, we'll leave that up
rude.
to you.
Yeah, comment section. We'll leave that up
You.
to you. What are you gonna call someone who's in their
Yeah.
50s or so and they're a gamer? Is that just
Yeah,
automatic? Is that automatically get comment section? Figure it out. Moving on.
It's a get out of jail free card for us.
Yeah,
Well, not necessarily. I mean, we'd say something in the next episode.
we could. When do we meet in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Actually,
facts.
it's only 2 weeks. Oh shit!
It's only 2 weeks. The 15th, I think, is when we have our next session. So
Yes.
guys, we will have content for you weekly, even
For
with
3 weeks.
our dog boy moving.
Yes, and I'm scheduling it all today, and I want you to know it's been a lot of work. Oh god. I haven't even done the shorts yet. I'm gonna do the shorts today too. Oh god.
Oh man.
I mean, we got 31 subscribers now, so we're gonna try and make it to where
Dude,
everyone's got.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Number go up.
And also, for those interested,
go birds.
I will be working on getting this over to Spotify. For those of you that can't just sit down and watch us and that want to work during the day and do want to listen to us,
I actually had a few people ask about that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be working on that. I will be heading that up because our main doggo boy here is in charge of the YouTube stuff, and I will get the Spotify stuff up and going. I'm actually planning on looking into that today. So,
All right, bet.
Yeah,
Does that mean
yeah.
that I need to make a Twitter?
Are you going to be our
Man.
social media? Our social media. Our guy in the
I'm bad
chair,
at
so to
social
speak.
media, man.
I don't know if we need a Twitter account yet.
We
I don't think
I don't
maybe
think
let's-
so.
Maybe let's start thinking about parking one somewhere just in case. But like,
At least one of us needs to make it and hold the name, the V
Yeah.
Boomer Cast,
yeah.
just so that way it doesn't get taken.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Put a fucking underscore in it or some shit. I don't know. I don't care.
All the underscores.
Okay, so I do want to talk about food for like, we're already at
2 seconds.
no. I want to talk about food because I'm like, yes, in like a week and a half, I can go barbecue again.
Okay.
Beer cans will be shoved up chicken butts.
No,
No,
beer
not
cans up
again.
chicken butt. Don't let Batman smack you in the face. That's a callback, by the way. Don't let Batman smack you in the face because you're sticking beer cans up chicken butts. If you start doing that, I'm going to say it's your fetish. I'm just going to leave it at that. You just love shoving beer cans up butts. That's your thing. That's what gets you up in the morning. That's
All
what fills
right.
your toes.
That's the end of the episode. You can find me on twitch.tv. Kirari, where the fuck can they find you?
Also on Twitch.
Sage.
Yes, you can find me on Sergeant_Sage on
Oh,
Twitch.tv.
stop being a hail.
Streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Soon to add an additional day, and we'll be getting back to single player content for those of you that are interested.
Holy crap, he's adding a day. Comment section. Do you got anything else you want us to talk about? Leave it in the comments. Make sure you share, you like this video. Tell a friend about us. And check out our links below. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god. You fucking ham. I swear.